Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with ScubaRadio.
ScubaRadio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
ScubaRadio.
Dive, dive, dive.
One of the great things about being on location when you're shooting Survivor is that when you have a day off, you have the ocean to go play in. A few seasons back, we had an afternoon off, so I decided to go scuba diving with Maria Sundin, one of our producers, and Mark Burnett, the executive producer of Survivor, The Apprentice, Rockstar. So, we get out there, everybody gets on the boat, there's a whole big group of us, we all get suited up, we get in the water, we're with our dive master, Pete, and we all start to go down.
And welcome back to the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, and look, Survivor is going to be a big part of DEMA this year, and our relationship with Fiji Airways, because as James pointed out, they filmed that show in Fiji. So we might have to do a Survivor challenge to give away one of these trips to Fiji at the DEMA show. What do you think there? What do you think there, Cock Johnson?
What do you think? Like what kind of challenge?
I don't know. We got to make people eat bugs or something. You think that's what we do? They kind of got away from that with Survivor.
That's that might be amusing.
Yeah, make them eat bugs or do something where people get voted off the island. We create an island. Maybe it's the stage. We put a few people up on stage, and then they got to fight it out. Stab each other. Last one standing wins a trip to Fiji.
That's a lot of legal issues with
that. There's some, but it's going to be in New Orleans.
Liability.
And they don't really have any rules or laws in New Orleans. That's like an international territory.
Is that what you think?
I've heard this. It could happen. Matter of fact, we have a representative from New Orleans with us today on Scuba Radio.
We do?
Yeah. And by representative, I mean someone who lives in New Orleans that we met in the Turks and Caicos.
Speaking for the entire city.
Yeah. Well, it makes sense. If you live there, you can speak for them, I believe. Serena is her name, and she's on Scuba Radio with us right now. We haven't seen her since the Turks and Caicos liveaboard trip. But Serena, welcome. How are you? And
I'm great. I'm excited to be here and see what it's all about.
Well, okay. We apologize now then. Because it's only going to be downhill from here.
The disappointment kicks
welcome. She's going to be a member of the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad today, representing New Orleans and
How'd you
divers.
talk her into that?
I said, tune in and join the party. We'll see what happens. Chances
when
are,
you live in New Orleans, nothing shocks you.
Well, okay. Well, there you go.
Okay.
Well, she's presented us a challenge. And I think we're up for it today because, we've been doing the Dive Hard series movies here on Scuba Radio. A couple weeks ago, we had Dive Hard featuring Cock Johnson, CJ, Cock Johnson, and Bruce Willis. And then there was Dive Harder last week, which was Cock Johnson and Arnold Schwarzenegger. And so it was only appropriate to finish out the trilogy. And today we have the world premiere of the trailer for the third installment in the Dive Hard series. And this one is Dive Harder. Check it out.
From the Scuba Radio producers of Dive Hard and Dive Harder comes the final act in the trilogy, Dive Hard 3, Dive Harder. This time someone dies. Dives, that's it. This time someone dives.
About time someone actually dives in these shitty movies.
Starring Cock Johnson.
I'm firing my agent.
And Liam Neeson.
I don't know who you are.
Cock Johnson's my name.
I'm listening.
And diving's my game.
I don't know what you want.
I just want to dive.
Okay.
So, are you on our boat today?
Yes.
Hey, Casey.
Casey the Tobacco Nut is my name.
What are you talking about?
And smoking cigars is my game.
Real original.
Hey, look what I found. A box of cigars in his chest, buried about 60 feet down.
Which charge would you like to be arrested for? Drugs, kidnapping, prostitution? Take your pick.
What? They're just cigars.
I never thought I'd say this, but Vinny's right.
Vinny Two Tanks? Meet Liam Neeson. Liam Vinny. Vinny Liam.
Hey, nice to meet you, Liam.
You don't remember me.
No, I don't recall meeting you before.
We spoke on the phone 2 days ago.
Oh, that was you? I thought it was a prank call.
I told you I would find you.
Wow, this guy's a little intense.
Your arrogance offends me.
Yeah, you're kind of a jerk.
How many people are there? Be precise.
Let's see. You, me, Vinny, Casey, Kristen. I suck at math.
That's 5, Einstein.
Which one of you is Marco?
Marco?
I was told Marco is in charge.
Marco Polo?
Now that's funny.
Vinny, why are you wearing a dress?
The airline lost my suitcase, and I just got out of my wetsuit, and I didn't have my shorts, so I found this dress in a bag nearby, and I put it on.
That's my dress. Gross.
Actually, it's very comfortable.
Love your dress, just the way it falls. It must be silk, how it complements the natural curves of your body.
Thank you, Liam Neeson.
This is so weird.
For God's sakes, Vinny, take off Kristen's dress.
If that's a game you want to play, the rate just went up 10%.
Oh, Vinny's taking the dress off.
Oh, God, no.
Everyone, look away.
Couple of 5, maybe 10 seconds.
My eyes.
Very important seconds.
You got that right.
Hey, intense guy, what was your name again?
My name's Brian.
I have no idea what's even happening right now.
Perfect.
No one does.
Underwater action movies have been taken to a new low. Dive Hard 3. Dive Harder. Rated R.
Wow. Wow. Just wow. I cannot wait till these things hit the theaters. I think we got major blockbusters, and we'll have a whole new revenue stream here at Scuba Radio because of these films.
I'm hoping to just break even.
Oh, really? Oh, did we spend any money on this?
Yeah.
Oh, geez. Oh, we're in
You haven't
trouble.
gotten my invoice.
We're in big trouble. All right. Well, there you go. Dive Harder.
Dive Hard 3.
Yeah. I mean, I just think, I think this could be a new thing.
Oh, God, no.
What do you mean? I think it could happen for sure.
Let's keep that one handy.
All right. Yes. All right.
Please
So,
don't.
yes, we do have the Scuba Radio Scuba Squad. Heard that for the first time. And it's kind of, this is kind of like after the red carpet, because we have the stars of Dive Harder with us today. That would be Vinny Two Tanks, Casey the Tobacco Nut, and Mermaid Kristen. And and then CJ.
Hello.
AKA Cock Johnson.
Hello.
Who are you?
Cock Johnson's my name, and diving's my game.
Okay. All right. He has his own catchphrase. And then Casey tried to steal your thunder there, Casey. I mean, what was that all about?
Well, he
there?
was influenced.
Was he?
Under the influence.
I follow Cock anywhere.
What?
What?
I have no idea what's even happening right now.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I really don't.
Yeah, exactly.
That's not appropriate.
That is
Thank you.
inappropriate. Is
Jerry.
what that is.
Arbiter of taste.
All right. Serena heard this for the first time too, and I apologized in advance, so I think we're covered. But Serena, would you go see that movie? Dive Harder?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I would go see it twice.
Wow. See? There's our
I was
first
just
review.
hoping for no vomit, but that's way better than I expected.
It wasn't nearly as bad as we thought it would be. That was the best review we were hoping for.
You're a
And look,
great liar.
we got
Thank you.
something even better than that.
Very
More
kind.
coming up. Stay close.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Just 9 degrees north of the equator lies a cluster of islands that stretch for 600 miles in the Pacific Ocean. Yap, the land of stone money, provides a level of marine biodiversity, culture, history, people, and natural beauty that'll leave you in awe. With miles of unspoiled reefs and very few visitors, divers will enjoy having an entire reef to themselves. Plus, Yap's world-famous resident population of manta rays make for a bucket list dive experience that's great year-round. Plan your visit to Yap now by going to visityap.com. That's visityap.com.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer. And Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Peregrine is a simple, full-color, multi-gas dive computer. It's also the most economical Shearwater dive computer released to date. Check it out and the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater. Dive computers for demanding divers.
Scuba Radio. Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Immerse yourself in a whole new world when you go deep sea diving.
Oh, I've got the perfect outfit. This is great!
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ's in the studio with me, a.k.a. Cuck Johnson is his name. And
bowling's my...
No, that's
diving.
Not. Really?
Diving.
Yeah. Diving is your...
You blindsided me, Chief.
Well, I know.
I wasn't ready.
You should be ready.
I wasn't ready.
You're a big international movie star now.
I was about to take a big old sip of this coffee.
Okay. All right. Well, you got to get with the program. You got to be ready. You got to be on your toes, man. Gross. All right. Scuba Radio, Scuba Squad with us via the web. Vinny Two Tanks, Mermaid Kristen, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Cherry the Diver Guy, and Serena, who I don't know if we call her. Do you want to be Mermaid Serena, or would you prefer a different type of description? New Orleans Serena. I don't know. What do you think? What do you think? Just diver? Just a diver. What do you think, Serena?
Well,
Diver
Serena is
dog.
the Spanish word for mermaid anyway. So
Well,
it would be
is?
redundant to call me Serena, Mermaid Serena.
So Serena.
Redundant.
Well, okay. I don't know. We'll figure something out. You know, the
Diver
name
dog.
I'll have to.
the name
I'll
picks
have to
you.
earn the nickname
Exactly.
over the week. Yes.
Yeah, we kind of talked about this on the Turks and Caicos liveaboard with Explore Ventures a few weeks ago with her, and I explained everybody on Scuba Radio has a moniker.
Yeah, some
I
are
mean, there's CJ.
retarded like mine, and others are kind of cool.
And then there's all of them are pretty lame.
Except me.
Vinny's is
except-
pretty cool.
Maybe Kristen.
Brittany's is cool. I like Brittany's.
Yeah, the Aqua Gypsy's not bad. Right. Vinny Two Tanks. I mean, he used his
Except
two
for the
tanks.
whole untrustworthy part.
Well, there's that. But you know, Vinny Two Tanks, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Jared the Diver Guy. You know, Jerry kind of sounds like a diver guy. So Serena, maybe that's why he goes. You know, just to take care of our listeners south of the border. They get it when we say Serena. So maybe that could be it. As we
You
try
could
to
be
get
the diving doctor.
I don't think you can give her that name, Greg,
Why?
because of copyright laws.
according to whose copyright.
Wasn't there a song back in the Serena, or was that? You're the music guy.
I think Casey's
Are
having
you
a
drunk?
stroke again. So let's just.
Never heard of it.
Casey.
Yeah.
Did I start drinking rum too early again?
No.
I'm trying to be like Walt.
Good luck.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Wow. Just
Should have
wow.
started 30 years ago.
All right. Well, out of
Actually, I
the
did, but-
before we move on to some diving stuff, I do want to just make sure I get a good review from everybody as far as the Dive Hard trilogy goes. Did you like 1, 2, or 3? Kristen, which one was your fave? She picks 1. Okay.
No.
She liked the first one with Cock Johnson and Bruce Willis. Casey, what do you think? Which one? Did you like out of the 3? Out of the trilogy?
I think I'd have to go with 2.
2.
Even though
okay.
you were in 3.
Well, that explains it
Well,
right there.
The acting on my part in 3 was exceptional, but you
But you couldn't carry the whole film, is what you're
Yeah.
saying.
Lee
Yeah.
bad.
Vinny Two Tanks. What do you think? Which one? Did you have a preference of 1, 2, or 3 of the Dive Hard series? What do you think there? You got to turn your mic on for God knows how many times have I said this. Got to turn the mic on there. I even see
3.
there 3, of course, because Vinny's in it. And I will say, out of all the stars that appeared in the Dive Hard trilogy, Vinny, he was a natural.
Actually, it's very comfortable.
Well, okay. Yeah. I was just really impressed with how he did. It's just
He's a natural.
good stuff. He is. It just came naturally to him. He's a natural born
Are you
star. I think.
Meisner? Is it method acting? What kind of acting is it?
Well, you mean what was his motivation?
Yeah, I was asking him.
I don't know.
I think he fell asleep.
Yeah, I think he did.
We bored
he
him
fell
to death.
asleep. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Wake up, Vinny.
Yeah, that is funny. Yeah, absolutely.
Can we reach through the microphone and check his pacemaker?
No, we can't.
Okay.
Just let him be.
Go start
Okay,
the microwave. That'll get him going.
Jerry the Diver Guy, what do you think? Which one did you like?
You know it's number 2.
Is it number 2 because that rhymes with poo?
Nami.
Poo Nami.
Okay. All right. And that was the only one Jerry was in. There
I
was
can't
talk.
even remember
3, but
which is which.
There was talk we were going to kill him off in number 3, but I don't know. We got distracted.
I didn't
with
have a good reason to.
Well, Vinny started putting on dresses and things, and Kristen was jealous and that kind of thing. It was just it was a big mess.
Yeah, Liam was just nailing the lines with the dress. I'm like, I gotta put Vinny in a dress.
Right. It's just what you do.
What happens if we have a huge following base screaming for Action 4?
Well, then we do a prequel.
Ah, that's right. And will that have to be a trilogy too, won't it?
Not necessarily.
No, I think it does. I think it'll have to be. And I don't have time for that nonsense. But I'll tell you, I think, we started this off as an idea to give the world something more to watch than the crap that they see on all the streaming services. And, Hollywood was shut down. They're putting out all this crap like the Meg 2 and the Black Demon Shark movie on Amazon Prime. I mean, it's just ridiculous. I'm like, we can do better. And I think we proved that indeed we cannot do better, but at least we can do as good as the crap that they're putting out, right?
Greg can barely contain his disgust.
Yes. Well, and here's the proof, though. I just saw the announcement last week. They're starting a new production over in the Tampa Bay area. I think it's St. Pete. And they're doing a movie about a killer manatee. I kid you not. This is not made up.
Is Pete going to be in this one?
Well, yeah, if it's rated R, maybe.
As a comedy, that would work.
The movie is called No Wake Zone, and it's about a manatee that gets mauled by a boat.
How about
being run over and decides it's going to come back and wreak its vengeance.
Like a zombie manatee?
Well, I don't know. It looks, there's a picture of a mangled manatee. It looks like the Elephant Man meets a manatee. It's pretty crazy.
I'll
picture.
tell you now on the air the same thing I told you on the phone. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
Well, I mean, who said? That's what they said about Sharknado when that came out, and look what that did, right?
Yeah, it's still dumb.
Yeah,
still bad.
Okay. Well, they think this could be at least as good or as bad as the Sharknado series. But this is not a joke. I thought it was. I thought it was too. I thought this can't be. This has to be like Dive Hard or Dive Harder or Dive Harder. It has to be like that. It's a real thing.
Cue the Kristen drop. Please kill me now.
Right. Well, or she could just do it.
If you have it.
Can she recreate that magic live? I don't know if that's possible for Kristen.
Late.
Yeah. All right. Well. It's one of those things that
he's off in la la.
I think that if they can do this movie with the manatees, maybe we should do Dive Hard, Dive Harder, and Dive Harder. You think? I think it's possible. I think we could do this.
We already
did.
What
would it be? Dive Harder Rest?
Well, they have a budget of like $800,000, so why not?
Please kill me now.
Well, yeah, okay. But look it up. IMDb, that's the website. This is a real movie, No Wake Zone, about a manatee that comes back and wreaks its havoc.
Dive Hard for Electric Boogaloo.
No. You know what? That would be the worst thing we could do. It's like reviving the Star Wars franchise on Disney Plus. Big mistake. Don't do it.
Reviving breakdance.
You're gonna lose your ass if you do that. I think we did the 3 in the trilogy, and we just need to move on.
Yeah, I agree.
We've contributed enough to the downfall of the American culture film industry, and that's just what we do. Stay close.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Prepare to rig for
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
This is better than porn. It's like porn and Shark Week combined.
He's got no legs to kick it with, and he's got no arms to swim with. But nonetheless, he is a scuba diver man, and he's doing the best he can. Scuba diver man, doing the best he can. Scuba diver man, scuba diver man, scuba diver man, scuba diver man, scuba diver man.
His brain ain't right, but it's fun.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. My brain's just fine. I am the world's first radio show. See, I guess I am not. I'm not well. I'm not doing too good. Am I, CJ?
No.
Johnson.
No.
Okay. Well, this is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. There we go. Now I got it. And we're back on track. You know, all this movie talk is maybe it's going to my head.
Yeah.
Or messing with me a little bit. How about you? How are you maintaining, all the popularity that you're getting with your alter ego, Cock Johnson?
No fame, no fortune. So it's affected me zero.
What? Well, wait till we get to New Orleans.
I send you my lines. You produce it. I hear it. It's mildly amusing, and that's it.
I'll tell you what. We have received quite a bit of feedback.
We have?
Yeah. And people are digging the Dive Hard trilogy. They are. I think when we get down to New Orleans, which will be our first event out in public, after this movie franchise has hit the world, that I think you're going to be beating off the
don't go, Greg.
I'm going to be beaten off. What?
Back up.
The paparazzi.
Finish your sentence.
That's what I said. The paparazzi is going to be
Greg.
Yeah. The good thing is when you go to New Orleans, everybody is like the common man. It's, it's like walking the streets of New York because there's stars everywhere. And that's how it is, Serena. Serena, correct?
Exactly. I know where they all are, and I'll take you to all the spots.
Okay. See? And so
sweet. We got a local.
We do. We have a local to help us navigate.
Is she going to go hang out with us on Sunday?
Well, I don't know. Hang out with us all week, I believe, there, Jerry.
I'll be there.
You're going to limit it to one day?
Well, let's see how this show goes.
What do you mean?
I mean, you're getting her bored. Greg.
She might say yeah now.
Lively.
Let's
you
see how
keep
it
her
goes.
interested.
Oh, that was your job, Jerry. Are you failing miserably?
Don't put that on him.
Well,
Don't
no,
put
he's
it
the one.
on me.
Yeah, you're talking to her during the commercial breaks. You're supposed to entertain her and keep her abreast of what's going on.
I can't get that word in edgewise over the commercial.
Well, I don't. What's he talking about?
When you're on Zoom, you hear all the commercials.
No, that is not true.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Incorrect,
See,
sir.
Look at her. She's about to cry now, Greg.
Why? What'd you say to her?
Nothing. Haven't.
Greg.
Yes,
Don't
Casey.
worry, I'm easily entertained.
I'm
Thank
sorry,
God.
but Jerry's already hunting ex-wife number, whatever the hell.
Oh
it is.
God,
You know
no.
No.
Oh God, no.
No.
Kill me now, right? Right, Kristen? Kristen's
No.
like, maybe.
Kristen and Vinny wandered
She's
off the
rolling
show
her eyes.
hours ago.
Yeah. All right. Well, no, Kristen knows, and she prepared Serena accordingly. She did.
God, I hope
I
she
did.
didn't lie about me.
What did you tell her exactly?
Too bad she didn't jump on
just told her-
Good Show.
What did you tell her about us?
Yeah.
I told her, just be prepared for anything. Don't be shocked.
Don't be shocked. Okay.
Yeah, that's too general. I know she had more juice to her punch.
I
Well-
was just thinking, Greg, it's too
What?
bad she didn't jump on for her first time on a Good Show.
Oh, well, that's what you get for thinking.
So, I mean,
Stop it.
this is
Yeah.
You know.
Serena, what is your level of...
First
it's not our best work.
all right. Well, what are you talking about? The Dive
I'm
Harder?
just being
Earth?
honest.
This isn't my first time. The first time I was on Turks and Caicos.
That is
before.
true.
Okay.
Yeah, she
Well,
had,
anyway.
Good.
she had a little...
Telling him about my 100th dive.
That's right. She did her 100th dive, which you know what they do on your 100th dive?
I'm sorry?
Serena's 100th dive, what she did was great, though.
Well, would you care to explain,
Even better.
Kristen? How would you describe her 100th dive,
She
Kristen?
shocked everybody after.
Yeah,
they
she
dived
did. All right.
Were you on it?
Hey.
Did you? Were you with them?
What?
Were you on this dive?
Yes, I witnessed a lot of this craziness.
You didn't
Yes,
tell me
indeed.
any of this stuff.
Well, there's
What's going
certain
on?
things I probably shouldn't. But
Come on,
I guess
man.
we can fess up now. Kristen will tell the story. So getting ready for her 100th dive, what did she do?
She goes up and goes, just so you guys all know, this is my 100th dive. So, and then everyone's like, but then she had on, it was a bathing suit.
Okay,
with, like,
well, hold on. Wait.
Don't talk.
Well, she didn't say exactly what she did.
She was just getting to the good part.
I know you're looking at the video, but people are listening
Greg,
right now.
shut up!
They don't understand that she made that motion where she took her shirt off, and the universal,
It's a very New Orleans motion.
Yes,
Anyways.
exactly. Where's my beads? Hello.
Did anybody throw beads at you?
No, we didn't have any. We're on a boat in the middle of the Caribbean in Turks and Caicos, so we had no beads. But
Well,
we
you
didn't.
coulda got pearls.
We didn't need them. She just took it off right there in front of us. Got ready for her 100th dive, and
Took what off?
Her
So
top.
I'll tell you what I did.
Okay, go ahead, Serena.
So I took my shirt off,
Yep.
and I had bought one of
God
those
bless her.
hairy men bathing suits. So it was like nude colored bathing suits with like hairy man nipples and hairy man ass
gross.
on it.
I hate
Can I say that on the radio?
I just sent
No,
you
you
the
can't.
picture, DJ.
Yeah.
You did
They-
what?
Oh,
I sent you the
God.
picture.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
Yeah, she had some undergarments
I'm
on
gonna
under her
regret this,
shirt.
aren't I?
So yeah,
It was a
everybody,
bathing suit.
all the guys on the
with
boat
hairy
were
men.
like, "Oh my God, here we go!"
Oh, my
And
God.
surprise! And we're like, "Oh, you got us good," and it was
Good one.
made things quite comical.
I feel like I was there.
Yeah. Now you know what we saw. Now that doesn't mean that Serena didn't get down underwater
nipples and all.
and make it official. You didn't do any of that, did you, Serena? Or would you even admit that if you did? What do you think?
I still do like to leave a little mystery.
There you go. See, but
You
that,
classy lady.
a lot of
Greg.
people don't believe that this actually is a thing, but it's a thing that all divers. I don't even know how this started.
I'm glad I don't log my dives because
Why?
I probably hit 100 a long time ago, and I don't
Well,
know.
maybe you got to make up for it.
I don't log anything. So.
Maybe you got to make up for it and borrow her swimsuit.
What
and
are
get
you
your
supposed
man
to do
boobs
on
on.
your 1000th dive and your
Just
2000th
make sure that when
dive?
you do that 100th dive, you aren't diving with Captain Slate and his trained barracuda.
Well, it would be definitely. I want warm water for sure.
Yeah. You're not a fan of the shrinkage.
Yeah, I don't want cold water.
Yeah.
If it can happen to Neil, it can happen to anyone.
Well, once again, you could wear one of those fake, swimsuits that look like you're naked, and maybe even more endowed than you probably are.
No comment.
Nope.
I'll leave some mystery too, Greg.
Okay, thank God. Thank God.
Don't
All
say
right.
stuff like that, Greg.
Oh my gosh, we got kids in the house here today too.
Yes, Greg.
It's my
Perfect.
godson.
Tighten it up. Clean it
Perfect
up.
day for that. Oh boy.
Hey, I like
boy.
that kid. He backhanded her so good.
Wow. Okay. All right. So yeah, Mermaid Kristen's like babysitting during the show or something today, and that's
No, I
fine.
went to my friend's house and it's her kid and they just came inside.
Okay. So we're gonna scar the kid for life. That's just what we do sometimes here on the big show. Coming up in hour 2, by the way, we are gonna check in with some folks from some of the dive gear that I used in the Turks and Caicos. Next, NEX underwater equipment regulator system I used in the Turks and Caicos is awesome. So Jared's going to join us from that organization in Monterey, California. And, I think he's had his 100th dive. He's not going to do anything that surprises like that. And the rest of the crew promises to keep their clothes on, right?
Oh, yeah.
Jerry said no.
Right
God damn, I knew it.
Oh, man.
Let me just take this shirt off now.
Kill the camera.
Really?
You know you want to see my mankini,
Oh,
Greg.
jeez. There we go.
we do not.
Oh. All right.
Look,
Hour
Baron
2 on
Boy.
deck. Stay close. We go throw up a little in our mouth.
Down below if you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio. This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters?
Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.
Oh, hello there. Don't be alarmed. We're just preparing your listening device for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving. We do this, of course, by filling the radio with water. Don't worry, we're professionals. Thanks to me, you won't even get wet. You see, I've crammed every appendage of my body into the cracks and crevices of your radio, ensuring an airtight seal. By the way, don't touch your on-off knob. That's a very sensitive area. Anyway, I should remind you, we believe in the buddy system just like diving, so don't listen alone. Call your buddy and tell them that Scuba Radio is about to begin.
We're gonna start a new life under the sea.
So, am I gonna drown?
Of course not. Just stay calm and let the gentle currents relax your every muscle.
Under the sea, under the sea.
Did it just get warmer?
There'll be no accusations, just friendly crustaceans under the sea.
Where the hell are the sharks?
And now, here's your dive guide for Scuba Radio, Greg the Dive Master.
And welcome to Hour 2 of the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. CJ is in the studio with me, a.k.a. from the movies, Cock Johnson.
Cock Johnson's my name and diving's my game.
Okay. And I don't know, we might have to play Dive Harder again this hour, just to make sure everybody has had an opportunity to at least hear the trailer before we go into full movie production of these of this trilogy.
Kind of asked backwards. Most people will produce the movie.
Well, we had to
and
test the
cut
waters to
trailer
see if
together.
this was even going to fly. You know what I mean?
Guinea pigs.
Yeah. And, it started with one idea, it turned into 3. And now it's a full trilogy. And now we just got to get the budget to produce it. And, look, if they're going to produce crap like No Wake Zone featuring a manatee that comes back to kill all the boaters after it got run over, why not? We could do something. I guess we don't really have a kind of a horror twist to ours. Ours is going to be a family release.
No wake zone because no one will be awake.
Good point. Good point. But if they can put that crap out, so can we. Right?
Yeah, we could put out tons of crap.
See? Yeah, we do it weekly.
We're a veritable crap factory.
All right. Well, let's get back on track and do something a little bit more productive for once. We have Jared from Next Underwater Products with us. Jared, welcome to Scuba Radio. How you doing, my friend?
Good. Thank you for having me.
Yes. Well, look, you guys have been making waves in a much more positive way than we do here at Scuba Radio. So first off, hats off to you because, I'll be honest, maybe I was living under a rock, but I was not really aware of what Next Underwater Products was doing until we went out to the Scuba Show a few months ago. And, I got introduced to what they were doing out of Monterey, California. They were there exhibiting and having some fun with all the people there at the event, and came up to me and started telling me, hey, look, we got this regulator system. Check it out. And I was like, wow, this looks pretty cool. Very high quality and kind of unique in the sense that like the first stage of the regulator that I saw initially was like a color blue. Well, usually it's chrome or black, and that's what you get. But you guys actually offer a little bit more stylish look on top of the quality. But let's talk about the style first. I mean, was that something that you set out from the beginning to do something that looks a little different, or did that just kind of come along as you guys progressed with Next Underwater Products? What do you think?
Well, It actually got started. I've been servicing regulators for 20 years or so, and I've seen regulators that are designed and built a certain way, and then if you need to grow with your diving needs, that you have to buy a new regulator. And I saw kind of a niche where we could get into it and make a regulator that's modular. And in fact, we're trying to make all of our gear as modular as possible. And so you could have an original Monterey regulator and turn it into a regulator with a turret on it. The regulator with the turret, it has 9 low pressure ports, and a lot of people say, "Man, that's a lot. Why do you do that?" And the simple reason is for hose routing options. Everything we do is to try to make it easier for the divers.
Yeah. Yeah, you got more options to route them however you see fit. And, if you're just initially starting out in open circuit as a beginner, you don't really need a whole lot of flexibility. But once you progress and get into advanced, and if you start going down the tech market and that kind of thing, that's when you start to run into problems with maybe, a typical standard regulator you'd buy right out of the box in the beginning, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. And our regulators are designed for high performance, but also not just for tech. For people, basic open water, like you said, but it can grow with them. If they decide to get in tech or not, and it can be their last regulator.
Well, once you get more practice in, you start moving stuff around. Whatever works for you. You want to move a hose over here or have it come off this side of the first stage as opposed to the other side or whatever, just you start to get more familiar with the gear that you have to work with, and these next underwater product systems, these regulator systems you guys put together have a lot of flexibility in that regard. And you can do it yourself, I guess, to a certain extent, or you can send it back to you guys' office there in Monterey and you'll fix them up for them if you just make a call to the office, or what? How's it work?
Yeah, you could just send it in, but to switch it from an original to regulator with a turret, you can do it in the field. It's not hard. It doesn't change any of the settings of the regulator. It's pretty easy to do.
Yeah, and one of the things that kind of stood out from their story when I started talking to Jared there, like I said, at the scuba show in Long Beach, was that he said, or they were telling me, like, look, we did pretty good during the pandemic because we were one of the few manufacturers that actually had the parts. You had everything stateside. I mean, we had this issue in the industry where, all the major manufacturers have moved out of the States, out of the USA. And when we got hit by the pandemic, all the shipping problems and all those cargo carriers off the coast, off the West Coast, they couldn't get deliveries of parts and, dive gear that's been made overseas. And next thing you know, the dive shops were having trouble getting orders filled and that kind of thing. You were not in that boat. You guys had everything and were able to deliver everything and then some, I guess, right?
Yeah, when the borders shut down, I was actually in South Georgia Islands doing just a final product testing on some gear, and we had already pre-purchased all parts and everything, and so we had a full stock of parts and masks and everything to sell, and we paid cash for it. And so whether we sat on product or sold it really was kind of neither here nor there. If we sold it, I put it back into more R&D and products. But if we didn't sell it, then we didn't have any overhead, and so it didn't really matter.
I love this. And they're bringing manufacturing back to the States, and they put it all together there in California, right? So
that's correct.
That is nice to see. God forbid we have to go through, some of that kind of craziness again. You just look at the news, and every day it changes. You never know what's going to go. But Next Underwater Products seems to have that, that covered, at least for for the divers in the USA. Now, let's talk about the color. Now, that blue hue that I have on my first stage, I know it's probably a silly thing to zero in on, but I got a lot of questions from people on the liveaboard boat I was on with Turks and Caicos. So how did the colors come to be? How did that work out? Or you just decided to do something different, or what?
So we decided to do something different, and you're starting to see some other manufacturers do it now. But that coating is actually a PVD coating, which is a physical vapor deposition, and we put zirconia in it to make it a harder
more durable.
coatings.
Yeah.
More durable, more scratch resistance. But when doing so, you can add color to it. And blue is one of my favorite colors, and so we decided to start off with blue. We are going to start doing different colors, like our back plates right now. We have blue, pink, green, and black, and so with all of our stuff, we're going to start doing different colors. Where we
love this. I know that's a silly thing, but man,
that's cool, man.
Divers are fashionable. It's better to look good than to dive good. Well, actually, that's not true, but you might as well look good and dive good. And I'll tell you what, it's a conversation starter at the bare minimum, and the quality is top notch. I mean, these guys won Best Regulator and 2022, Best Buy in 2023. They're really setting the industry on fire and doing a great job. Nexdive.com, nexdive.com. Go check them out, and you'll thank us for it as well. Jared, thank you so much. And we got more coming up on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Power, simplicity, reliability. It's what you demand of your dive computer, and Shearwater delivers. Shearwater evolved out of one tech diver's need for a reliable, easy-to-use rebreather dive computer and quickly became the tech market leader. Now recreational divers have taken notice. The Shearwater Taric is the best, most intuitive, and reliable wristwatch-sized dive computer on the market. Check it out in the entire line at shearwater.com. Shearwater, dive computers for demanding divers.
How, when, and where it's made has never been more important than now. Just ask all those divers and dive shops that struggled to get products and parts during the pandemic. One relatively new gear manufacturer, however, managed quite well. Nex is one of the few, if not only, dive gear manufacturers to bring regulator and design assembly back to the USA. No shortages during the pandemic for their customers and dealers. And get this, Nex was a Tester's Choice winner in Scuba Lab for 2022 and a Best Buy in 2023. Each Nex regulator system is made to order, cutting down on overhead and allowing you to get exactly what you need for the kind of diving you prefer. This will be the last regulator you'll ever need, since the modular design can easily be modified as your diving skills and preferences evolve over time. Are you ready to make your next dive your best dive? Then go to nexdive.com. That's nexdive.com. Nex Underwater Products. nexdive.com.
Scuba action star Mike Scott is back in a new audiobook, Cayman Cowboys, Reefs Under Pressure. From author Eric Douglas comes the one that started it all. Listen as Mike deals with submarines, kidnapping, betrayal, and more.
He didn't even have fins or a mask to let him see in the water. He was going to be slow and blind. If it weren't for the float, he knew there would be no way he would ever make it to the surface.
Download Cayman Cowboys or Oil and Water, Return to Cayman, Turks and Chaos, and Lionfish at Amazon, booksbyeric.com, and audible.com.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
I can't believe them dumbass white people out in the middle of the ocean scuba diving. Shoot. You ain't gonna get me scuba diving. I'm gonna tell you that damn much right now. I'm too damn fat. I'd mess around and feed all them sharks if I went scuba diving.
If I was a great white, I wouldn't bite you, but I'd swim right next to you. If I was a great white, I wouldn't bite you, but I'd swim right next to you, 'cause it's my ocean too. So please keep it clean, 'cause I can be wicked mean, and I got sharp teeth. And if I realize that you don't care about the sea, well, that means you don't care about me. Oh well, that's fine. I'll just rip you in bloody half this time. Yeah, if I was a great white shark. Rah!
Andy Casagrande. That's who that is on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. ABC is what he likes to be called. He does a lot of film work for Shark Week on Discovery Channel and He's a nutty guy, super nice guy too. Actually, we'll probably see him in New Orleans at the DEMA show. He has a tendency to come out, and I think everybody and their brother are planning to come out to the big event this year because it's the first time in 22 years, believe it or not, that the DEMA show, the Diving Equipment and Marketing Association trade show, is going to be in New Orleans. It was 22 years ago. So everybody's very excited. Jared will be there with Next Underwater Products. All our friends will be there, from the dive industry. And we're going to do some nutty stuff this year because we have so much to give away. I mean, literally from Fiji, from the Bahamas. I don't know. I'm talking about all kinds of different places. They want to give me trips to give away to everybody there at the event. It's going to be tough to juggle it all. So I got to come up with a unique way to do this and have some fun while we make people very, very happy as they enter the show floor each morning at 10 a.m. New Orleans time. Now we have Serena on with us right now. She was on the Turks and Caicos liveaboard trip with us with Explorer Ventures. This is her first time on the show today, and she lives in New Orleans. So when we're talking about the
she
boat,
was on the show with you on the Turks boat.
Well, first time she's been, as a member of the ScubaRadio Scuba Squad. So this is kind of her first real show. I just talked to her on the boat. When we're out in the bow, we do our broadcast from the boat deck of these liveaboards, and she had a little taste, but it's a little different experience today, isn't it, Serena?
It is a different experience.
And I'm saying Serena because she told us earlier that Serena means mermaid, so she's Mermaid Serena. But we're trying to, do the. Is that's New Orleans language, or what is it? It's
nobody says New Orleans.
They say
it's
New
Cajun.
Orleans. New Orleans. That's
Cajun.
right. Right. See, that's
It
why
goes
we
right along with the Appalachian Mountains, Greg.
No.
They don't say New Orleans in Appalachia. Do they, Jerry?
We say New Orleans.
No, you say Nolans, don't you?
Nolans. I don't know.
Only on TV.
Only on TV,
All right,
KCC.
so we all screwed it up. All
Right. That's why we got a local.
All but me.
To help us navigate the waters there in New Orleans there in the middle of November for the DEMA show. And, bare minimum, it'll help us in that way, but hopefully it'll keep us out of jail. I mean, that's really the ultimate goal.
So she's going to pay our bail?
No. She's just going to tell everybody else
to sleep.
When you and Jerry go a little bit too far, she'll say, run over here, guys. You'll be safe. Right? and keep the people out of trouble. Hey, by the way, what's going on with Vinny Two Tanks? He disappeared, and then he looks like he's fading out on me. I can see him on YouTube, Facebook Live, and Twitch. Vinny, are you okay? Everybody
took a nap.
I just took a nap.
He just took a nap. I knew it. They were calling 911 on video. Look at him.
I heard it. I heard the ring, and I didn't know what that was.
Kristen was trying to call you.
It's called a phone.
She's texting me, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
That's right. No, he's typical. He's listening to the show, taking a nap.
Vinny, I was the only one that said he looks like he's taking a nap.
I thought initially.
Bored to tears.
I thought initially he was overcome by cramps and then possibly diarrhea.
Yeah, a lot of people don't realize that listening to Scuba Radio is a audio form of Ambien.
Oh.
Yeah. And
that
explains
or it's a good
it.
enema.
Oh, I don't think that's
I thought
accurate.
it was a suppository.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's that. But I'm glad you're okay. So you're just a little tired.
Just
Is
like
that it,
oatmeal
Vinny?
through a goose.
All right.
Yeah,
We worked Vinny pretty hard this week because he was in Dive Harder.
Yeah, but that was days
he
ago.
had the biggest role of out of the entire Scuba Radio Scuba Squad.
Thank you, Liam Neeson.
I would like to hear the outtakes of that.
There were no outtakes. He was one and done, my friend. He wasn't like you. Jerry took him like 10 times to do one line.
I don't know. Could be the
Vinny
coach.
was good. Vinny, I'll tell you, he was a pro, man. I'd say, okay, say
Well,
this.
he lives in California.
And he just spit it back at me like a absolute pro. And I don't know. We may have to play Dive Harder again one more time before the end of the show. We'll see. But I do got to
Serena
talk.
said no.
She wants to hear it again. It happened so fast. There's so much going on. It's hard to catch it in the first run, so you got to listen to it more than once. Mermaid Kelly is with us, though. She chimed in here during Jared's segment. Kelly, welcome. How are you? How you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you guys doing?
Now, where are you hanging today? Are you out in California, out there by Vinny Two Tanks, or what?
I am home in Long Beach, California.
Yeah. Okay. And because you're usually traveling the world and diving all over, but you're just a homebody this week. Is that the deal, or what?
Yeah. Home for 11 days.
Yeah. 11 days, yep. And then you're off for where? Where are you going?
My next trip, I keep forgetting. Oh, Cuba.
Cuba. Oh,
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so you're going
to go scuba diving?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
I would like to place a cigar order, please.
Well, hey, hold on. Slow down there, Tobacco Nut.
It's my job. I smoke cigars.
Well, that is true. Your name is Casey the Tobacco Nut, and your game is?
Smoking cigars.
Okay, all right. There is that. What?
So
I don't remember that part. Anyway, so will this be the first time for you in Cuba? Going to Cuba? Are you planning to do some diving too, or do you know?
I'm super excited to go diving in Cuba. I'm also going to be seeing Weiland's final mural. He's painting a mural in Cuba.
Is he? No, I didn't know that. Well, so he just found a wall out there in Cuba someplace, and he's going to be painting it while you're there? Is that the deal? Or do you know?
I'm actually a group with him.
Oh, okay. She's going with Weiland to paint a wall in Cuba. That's pretty. We'll find out more about this next on the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Come as a guest, leave as a friend. It's a philosophy that comes from the top down at Explorer Ventures liveaboards. It doesn't matter if you're traveling solo, with a buddy, or group. Explorer Ventures does the liveaboard dive experience right. For proof, know Explorer Ventures has one of the best repeat customer stats in the dive industry. They're also the official liveaboard company of Scuba Radio. You've likely heard us talk about Explorer Ventures Scuba Radio scuba cruise trips many times, and we invite you to join us on the next one. However, whether we're on board with you or not, I'll bet an Explorer Ventures liveaboard trip will be one of the best dive experiences you've ever had. It just doesn't get any better. Saba St. Kitts, Turks and Caicos, the Galapagos, Maldives, Indonesia, humpback whales, and the Silver Banks, new destinations and itineraries are being added all the time. Call one of their talented travel consultants to find the Explorer Ventures liveaboard experience that's just right for you. 1-800-322-3577. That's 1-800-322-3577. Or visit explorerventures.com. That's explorerventures.com.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You're now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
These people sound like they're yodeling underwater.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master, CJ, in the studio with me, Scuba Radio Scuba Squad, connected via the web. We got Vinny Two Tanks, Casey the Tobacco Nut, Jerry the Diver Guy, Serena. What is going on there? We can see him on the closed caption video. They got she's got horns on.
Sweet hat.
Another mermaid losing their.
All right, they're getting ready for the season, and then Mermaid Kelly has been swapped out with the creature from the Black Lagoon.
That or it's the Grinch.
The Grinch? That's not
or
the
it's
Grinch.
just a bad
what are you,
makeup
blind?
day for mermaids.
Yeah, it's a creature of the Black Lagoon. Jerry, that's not the Grinch.
That's before our time, Greg.
The creature of the Black Lagoon? Everybody knows who the creature of the Black Lagoon is.
That was a long time
It was a long time ago, but it's a classic.
Last time I seen that was in 3D.
I don't think that's accurate. But
don't think
Serena's
so.
got horns on her head. Looking a little, horn. No, I won't say it.
Glittery horns.
They're what horns?
They've got glitter on them. We love our
Glitter
glitter.
horns. So it's a New Orleans thing.
She's
There's a
goat.
lot of horny folks.
Greatest of all time.
They're in New Orleans, I think.
Accurate.
Yes. So we're glad to have everyone aboard. But the creature from the Black Lagoon, a.k.a. Mermaid Kelly, is going to Cuba, evidently, with Wyland. Now, I didn't know about this, Kelly. So what can you tell us? Was this been in the works for a while, I assume? And, yeah?
Yeah, it's in the works for a while. He got hired to paint this beautiful mural, and it's going to be his last mural.
Nice.
So we got to go, and then, or we're getting to go, and they actually have a bunch of people were asking about the diving out there, and so a little toll to see how many people actually wanted to dive, and so we're gonna get to do some diving. So I'm super.
Well, you're in for a treat. I went there a couple times. When they opened it up briefly there a few years ago, and had an amazing time. It's quite an experience, quite an adventure. I would suggest packing a toilet seat because those are in short supply in Cuba. I don't think they've improved that much either.
Paper.
Yeah, toilet paper is a thing. Yeah, but the toilet paper wasn't an issue. It was the toilet seats that were missing on a lot of the commodes throughout Cuba. So you have to kind of improvise or squat or whatever. Yeah. And I always thought I was like, hey, you know what? You get on the plane, you just put that thing around your neck, use it as, kind of like a necklace, a toilet necklace, and it doesn't even hurt you on your excess baggage things.
That sounds real comfortable.
Yeah. It's
padding it, and it'll double as a neck pillow.
Correct. See? Padded toilet seat.
Ox yolk.
Excuse me?
You heard me.
I don't think that'll help. Anyway. Take it for what it's worth, which is probably not much.
How about,
I think I'd probably just take an inflatable floaty there, Greg.
Yeah, I guess you could do that. That's not a bad idea.
Are we not going to talk
ring.
about what Casey's got on his head?
The Pope Casey, the tobacco nut, the Pope of cigars. Is that?
He's going to perform an exorcism on Kelly later.
Is he? Okay. Wow.
I'm making an exorcist costume.
You're making an exorcist? Really? Oh my gosh, she is. She just held it up.
Yeah, see, I'm in the middle of, you don't realize, but I'm in the middle of protecting the show right now.
Wow. So Kelly has a dress she's going to put on that has green goo all over the front of it. Let's
see. We have.
And wait, what are you doing this for Halloween, I assume, or just for fun?
I'm going to a costume party tonight. And,
okay.
One of my going to be a priest. So.
So Casey was just trying to one up your Halloween costume partner by going all the way.
Casey's got more hats than anyone I've ever known.
That is true. He's the hat. He's the
like. I didn't even question. I saw him wearing a Pope hat. I'm like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah.
I wasn't like, where'd you get that? What are you
just
doing?
Had
with
this
that?
laying around. And
actually, yeah, I just have it laying around.
Yeah. Okay.
It's actually in the drawer with my jester hat. So.
Oh. Okay. Well, there you go. He's kind of the jester in his own mind.
What is Serena's like? Is that like a glitter demon, or is that a character, or
that's yeah. What do you think?
I just wore it for Mardi Gras.
Just wear it for Mardi. It's a Mardi Gras thing. So you'll know this when you go to New Orleans for the Dima show. Excuse me.
It looks like Maleficent horns.
Yeah, we love our costumes. So, Casey, you should pack some of your hats.
Right.
I will gladly pack some of my hats.
It doesn't even have to be Halloween in New Orleans.
He's going to
need... It could just be a Tuesday.
Exactly.
He's going to need a whole suitcase just for that.
Exactly. Well, we'll have 4 big days of the Dima show. Maybe we got to... I figured we were going to dress up and do Mardi Gras stuff and have beads and the whole thing.
And I look forward to buying more hats in New Orleans.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you have specific hats.
Hat.
No, you don't need a pound.
Well, I don't know, but there's got to be some unique hats in New Orleans I don't have.
All right. Well, this isn't the world's first radio show devoted to hats. So let's talk about diving and Cuba. Now, I want to find out, Kelly, you've never been there before, so this will be a first time experience for you, right?
Yes,
Okay.
it will.
All right. Well, I'll tell you, the diving is quite good because a lot of it's been sheltered from the world. Some of the sites are really good. Some of them are just typical, that kind of thing. But you're in for a treat there. But topside, the people were really, really nice that we met when I went. And, of course, you go to the tobacco farm and you do the cigar thing. Are you a cigar smoker like Casey?
I am not. But my brother's smoking one, then I'll take a little puff.
Yeah. All right. You'll stick it in your mouth and suck it, which is what you should do if you're in Cuba. What?
Inappropriate.
No, that's
with regulators.
That's a technique on how you do it.
Shame on you.
And take it from the Pope of tobacco nuts. He knows. And I'll tell you, the best cigar I ever had was in Cuba because they rolled it right there in front of me. There at the tobacco farm, and it did not leave that nasty taste that cigars do, especially if you're not, an avid cigar smoker like me, because they'll turn you green, but this one didn't. So
only if you're a puss.
No, it's pretty common for most people that are normal. Hello.
No.
Not everybody can be Cock Johnson.
You're not going to get sick from
Yeah.
it.
Well, I'm just saying, if you're not used to it, it might be a little harsh. But that isn't what I found in Cuba. So take it for what it's worth. But the diving was quite good. So it'll be interesting to hear about your experience once you get back. When are you going, by the way? How soon?
So I forgot. I actually have one other trip before that, but I leave on October 26th.
Okay.
And I'm back, I think, November 6th.
All right. So right before the DEMA show. You're going to be in Cuba. All right.
Yep.
Well, that'll be fun. I look forward to hearing all about that, and we'll cover it accordingly on the show. But as far as DEMA is concerned, you're planning to come out there with us too, right, Kelly? You going to come?
I was going to, and I had bought my ticket and everything, my plane ticket, but my uncle, his 80th birthday is.
Oh, that's right. That's right. You had told me this.
Well, you can kind of
bring them.
Come to DEMA and then leave early and go to the birthday bash?
Oh, I think you bring them. What better birthday bash would you have than taking him to New Orleans for his 80th birthday?
Bring him in the morning. We'll put him on the stage throwing out gifts.
Oh, we could do that.
Yeah.
Well, he could be part. We could put him in a mermaid outfit.
Oh, yeah.
Or Serena's horny thing on her head.
I just pictured my 80-year-old uncle in a mermaid tail.
Yeah.
Thanks, Greg.
Wow. What do you mean?
He might like it.
Well, what CJ pictured it too. It looks like. Yeah. But you have she's laughing hysterically, and you have this kind of disgusted look, like you just threw up or something. Pretty accurate.
I mean, that's just the show.
Okay. All right.
This is the Worldwide Scuba Radio Network.
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio.
Prepare to rig for dive!
Your surface interval is complete. You are now clear to dive with Scuba Radio.
Scuba Radio.
The world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Scuba Radio.
Dive, dive, dive.
Here comes old Greg. He's a scaly manfish.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
What you doing in my waters?
The show is a disaster.
I got something to show you.
He's Greg the Dive Master.
Hi there.
Master. Dive Master. Dive Master. Dive Master.
I'm old Greg. Pleased to meet you.
I'm Nart. Hello, fishies.
This is the world's first radio show devoted to diving. I am Greg the Dive Master. Real quick, I want to pass along some special offers from Explore Ventures. They're doing a real good a special you want to pay attention to right now for the holidays through the end of 2023. You want to spend the holidays and make them really, really special? Go spend it on a liveaboard trip. They got some really great deals, $300 to $1,000 off per person. And all you got to do is go to exploreadventures.com. There's a tab they have on there for special offers, and you can get all the details right there, or just give them a call, 1-800-322-3577. Okay, so, we had the world premiere of the trailer for Dive Hard 3. First there was Dive Hard, then there was Dive Harder, and then part 3 in the trilogy, Dive Harder. And in case you missed it, well, it went something like this. From the Scuba Radio producers of Dive Hard and Dive Harder comes the final act in the trilogy, Dive Hard 3, Dive Harder. This time, someone dies. I mean, dives. That's it. This time, someone dives.
About time someone actually dives in these shitty movies.
Starring Cock Johnson.
I'm firing my agent.
And Liam Neeson.
I don't know who you are.
Cock Johnson's my name.
I'm listening.
And diving's my game.
I don't know what you want.
I just want to dive.
Okay.
So, are you on our boat today?
Yes.
Hey, Casey.
Casey the Tobacco Nut is my name.
What are you talking about?
And smoking cigars is my game.
Real original.
Hey, look what I found. A box of cigars in his chest, buried about 60 feet down.
Which charge would you like to be arrested for? Drugs, kidnapping, prostitution? Take your pick.
What? They're just cigars.
I never thought I'd say this, but Vinny's right.
Vinny Two Tanks? Meet Liam Neeson. Liam Vinny. Vinny Liam.
Hey, nice to meet you, Liam.
You don't remember me?
No, I don't recall meeting you before.
We spoke on the phone 2 days ago.
Oh, that was you? I thought it was a prank call.
I told you I would find you.
Wow, this guy's a little intense.
Your arrogance offends me.
Yeah, you're kind of a jerk.
How many people are there? Be precise.
Let's see. You, me, Vinny, Casey, Kristen. I suck at math.
That's 5, Einstein.
Which one of you is Marco?
Marco?
I was told Marco is in charge.
Marco Polo?
Now that's funny.
Vinny, why are you wearing a dress?
The airline lost my suitcase, and I just got out of my wetsuit, and I didn't have my shorts, so I found this dress in a bag nearby, and I put it on.
That's my dress. Gross.
Actually, it's very comfortable.
Love your dress, just the way it falls. It must be silk, how it complements the natural curves of your body.
Thank you, Liam Neeson.
This is so weird.
For God's sakes, Vinny, take off Kristen's dress.
That's a game you want to play. The rate just went up 10%.
Oh, Vinny's taking the dress off.
Oh, God, no.
Everyone, look away.
Couple of 5, maybe 10 seconds.
My eyes.
Very important seconds.
You got that right.
Hey, intense guy, what was your name again?
My name's Brian.
I have no idea what's even happening right now.
Perfect.
No one does.
Underwater action movies have been taken to a new low. Dive Hard 3. Dive Harder. Rated R. Okay. I tell you what, third one of the trilogy might be my favorite.
I think Vinny stole that show.
I think it's great.
Yeah. See, well,
Vinny, you killed it, man.
So himself.
No, it was the producing people that killed it. Don't forget that.
I don't know. There's only one Vinny Two Tanks, and when you have talent like that to work with,
it was a team effort.
I mean,
but
yeah,
Vinny really shone.
I mean, we got to go. We have to have a movie premiere or do something and make that happen. I think we should. Put
hey,
these
I
want to
know
production.
if Vinny ever returned the dress.
I don't know. You have to ask him, Vinny. What do you think?
I don't remember.
He doesn't remember anything. He doesn't remember. All he remembers was.
Actually, it's very comfortable.
Well, okay, he might be wearing it right now. We can't see him from the waist down, so it's a dress. So don't stand up. Don't stand up.
You could play those at DEMA. Play those on the PA when we're not on stage, like maybe before we come on.
I don't want to be kicked out of New Orleans.
They're not going to kick you out.
Are you sure about that? Yeah.
There's no such.
There's no such thing, according to Serena. So maybe that's true. Maybe we could get away with it.
You could play the line halfway through, cut it off, and if anybody in the crowd can complete the line, they get a prize.
Yeah, well, okay, that could be.
No prizes given.
Greg.
Yeah. Yes,
you
Jerry.
have Kelly now. You're not going to ask her what she thought of it?
Well, okay. Kelly, what you give it 2 fins up? What do you think?
Yeah, 2 fins up.
All
I
right.
still have to say the second one is my favorite.
She liked the second one better. All right.
Multiple votes for 2.
All right. Well, that's fine.
And why
That's fine.
would you like number 2?
Yeah. What was it about part 2?
Storyline.
Okay, that was the one with Cock Johnson and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
You're forgetting me, Gregory. The
Oh,
star of the show.
Oh, yeah. Oh, Jerry was in it too. Yeah. Sure.
Yeah. Very forgettable.
No, actually, I'll tell you the part with Vinny
That hurts, Greg. I love you too.
Well, here's the thing. There was a scene that was cut out of Die Hard. Did you know this? You know which scene I'm talking about, CJ, don't you?
When we killed Jerry?
No. Well, after the dress scene happened, there was a scene where a stiff wind came in during shooting and blew Vinny's dress up. You know, kind of like a Marilyn Monroe moment.
That's gross.
Exactly opposite of that. And but that ended up on the cutting room floor. Thank God.
Yeah,
yes.
Jesus.
So, you know, but
line it up over his head.
Yeah,
well,
you guys missed the best part.
Hey.
Vinny's perking up in the last few minutes of the show
Yeah,
here.
that's funny.
What was in that mug?
Easy, Vinny.
Yeah. Well, there you go. So yeah, that show.
He started it.
That scene might come back out in the director's cut. I don't know. I'll have to wait and see. But that definitely give it an NC-17 rating. That's why we cut it out, because, you know, then it would have been NC-17 instead of rated R. We want to reach as many people as we possibly can. We don't want to narrow our audience that much. Excuse me?
NB, Greg. NB.
There was talk of making the rating D for
dumb.
No, come on, really? Rated D for dive.
Oh,
or disturbing, which would been that too.
I wanted to say something else.
Greg, you should ask Serena how her first day on Scuba Radio was.
Well, we are towards the end.
We really want to know.
Yeah. Let's end on a low note. Why not?
She started out with no horns, and now she's got horns.
She's still here, so that's a good sign.
You know, she's obviously a masochist.
She's a glutton for punishment.
I'm still here, and I think that I've assimilated.
Okay.
So, does that
she's
mean
one of
that
us.
Are you going to join us in the future or not?
Well, don't scare her away, Jerry.
I'm just asking.
Okay. You'll come back and visit us again, Serena? All right. Absolutely. I love it. I kind of like Serena.
Kate, unless we really freak her out.
What do you mean?
At Dima.
Well, she lives in New Orleans. How about she's seen everything.
I'm ready for New Orleans, Serena.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, there's his hat. There's another hat.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. Well, okay, but they're not Mardi Gras colors. You got to get something New Orleans, you know, like a purple, yellow, and green. Or, no, doesn't work.
Look at Jerry.
Jerry's, what is that?
Like a baby shark?
That's eating his head. Okay, on that disturbing note, we're just going to wrap it up because it's getting out of control, as it sometimes does here on the world's first radio show devoted to diving. Till next time, remember, it's always better where, gang?
Down where it's wetter.
Safe diving, everyone.
If you want to stay in the know. If you be pressurized there, you'll want to be there on Scuba Radio. Let's go!
Scuba Radio. Scuba Radio is a production of Overboard Entertainment Incorporated.
Scuba Radio.
This seems the logical place for fish to congregate.
Remember, you can listen live or to archives of past editions of Scuba Radio worldwide over the internet at ScubaRadio.com.
So we're in international waters? Indeed so.
Tell a friend and buddy up with your radio every week for Scuba Radio, the world's first radio show devoted to diving.
Well, it's all very nice here, but we should be going. I miss me wife and me oxygen.
Yes, we all miss our loved ones and gases. Let's go.
The opinions you just heard on Scuba Radio are those of the hosts, callers, and guests.
Okay, you know, what I just heard? Blah, 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 blah.
They are not necessarily those of any station or network, its management, or advertisers.
Come on, quit yanking me.
Scuba diving does involve risk and should never be conducted without proper instruction and training.
Oh, what's the worst thing that could happen?
I could die.
Have any questions or comments? Feel free to do so via the web at ScubaRadio.com.